Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. Super excited today to have my friend Roger Green, CEO of Green Financial Resources, with us today on the show. Roger, how you doing today, my friend?
Doing awesome. God blesses me every day. We just became grandparent the fifth time over, five
Well,
grandparents.
oh man, congratulations! My oldest is. I have three daughters. My oldest is halfway through Georgia Tech, and I think she's found the guy. I said, "That's good. Just take your time." But when that day arrives, I can only imagine. So, congratulations to you guys.
They're beautiful.
That's awesome. Well, I'm going to read something real quick because we just want to do it and keep everybody happy. Investment advisor representative offering securities and advisory services through Cetera Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor, broker dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Green Financial and Cetera Advisors are not affiliated. Awards are not to be considered as a guarantee of future results. Endorsement by any client. Roger's office is located at 3700 Crestwood Parkway, Duluth, Georgia, and his website is rogersgreen.com. So we get the formalities taking place. But Roger, tell people, you're such a fixture in this community and you do so much and your family does so much to help people. But just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, I am just absolutely genuinely blessed with such a beautiful community. I just got to thank everybody that came before us to build it up. It's awesome. We came here. My son was deaf, and so I moved to Georgia to become a part of the Auditory Verbal Center, and I currently maintain chairman of the board on their charity right now, and been helping them through this tough time with getting some grants and a grant calendar, and just getting going things. So he speaks perfectly clearly, and he works with me along with another one of my sons, Andrew, and my wife and I. And of course, you've dialogued with my niece, Taylor. Kind of a family business here. We have
Yeah.
beautiful location here at 3700 Crestwood Parkway, and I just get to see the lake and the beautiful community. And I love working and living close to home, and going. That's a great community. A lot of great people.
Well, we're excited. We have a lot of partnerships together, and we really are excited about all the things we've been able to do together. And I've gotten to read from afar about all the stuff you do. But yeah, that's been my specialty. So I have another company where I do sales and marketing consulting, and then but I'm working at the very end of towards the end of my coursework, my doctorate in leadership. And my focus area, the point of bringing that up is I love teaching and helping other people, but it's focused on family businesses, startup businesses, because, that really is the backbone of our society. And I've learned now that constitutes 99% of all American businesses. So, tell us what you've seen. I'm sure you've seen a lot during this time. We started the show during the beginning of COVID-19. I've seen businesses pivot. I've seen businesses, unfortunately, close their doors. And this isn't just some COVID-19 show. It's, it's prosperous about the future. It's getting encouraging words out. But what have you seen during this time? I've seen great things from our community, but what have you seen and heard that you want to share to those people listening who are, down and frustrated and, this kind of thing?
Sure. Well, I do see people reaching out. One of the blessings that I had was I had someone call early on, and this came on quick. We had in the first 23 days, we had the market drop 7 times faster than it before, 7 times further. And it was just a real, people were just really sideswiped by it. I mean, if you were a college senior, you go for last semester with the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years, and you're coming out with the highest. It's just bizarre. I mean, I keep waiting for Rod Sterling to come on and narrating, don't you?
Yeah.
But people helping people, tough times, bring out the best in some people. And I think everybody these days needs somebody to listen and somebody to reach out. So, just make a commitment to once a day reaching out to somebody else and seeing what's going on with them. And, if you can encourage them, I think going about your business and doing the best you can, batten down the hatches, and to make a plan to survive. You can't thrive if you can't survive. So
I love that.
There's new retirement law. There's all kinds of opportunity out there, but I think doing it prudently and doing it, mind of a man plans his way, and I think the Lord will guide your steps, but it's incumbent upon you to plan your way. So I think taking advantage of every tax law, collaborating with specialists like yourself, or, a financial planner or an accountant or whatever, and just figure out what you can do so that you can make a plan about what to do.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Roger. And I know you guys are right now. I just want to, because you're offering people they need a consultation just to contact you, correct?
Absolutely. They go through our website, rogerscreen.com. They just let us know, hey, you want to call. I give everybody my cell phone number, or I was talking to somebody at 6 o'clock this morning. I've been maintaining my schedule, which I think is really important for your health. I'm getting up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, working out, and I think it's really important to make sure that you're on point to be the best you can be for your family. Just make a commitment to take it one day at a time, and try to be the best you can be. I think a lot of people, are thinking this is just like a vacation or something. But if you're getting the privilege to be able to work from home or work remote like we're doing, give your best effort. I mean, I'm telling you, with people and companies making the change to where, hey, we're going to enable this, we're going to allow this to happen. You want to have the best, most polished resume of being able to do the best. You want to be on time. You want to maintain your energy level. You want to be able to just be the best you can be, because a year from now, there's a lot of musical chairs and careers and industry. And, people in the Bay Area, businesses may not need somebody in the Bay Area and have to pay Bay Area prices. Somebody in Atlanta might be able to get a raise by working with a company that was paying more. And so you've got to think about that. But somebody in Kansas might be able to compete for your job. So you've got to be thinking about being the best you can be. And all that is showing up every day, honoring your commitments, trying to be the best human being you can be. And I think whether that's reaching out and helping a charity like we've been helping Auditory Verbal Center, I'm on the chairman of the board, and I've been helping them with making certain that they get the grants to survive, because we help deaf children learn how to speak, and we're able to do it virtually. And we're able to, Debbie Brilling's just done a brilliant job at being able to switch. And she was early. You want to talk about early, people not coming in just before anybody. And she said, look, we're going to make certain that we get this dealt with. And now we're able to get Medicaid reimbursement for virtual, where we didn't get that before. And she's just been on point, helping them to survive. But helping somebody that has drive to survive, whether it's you helping a business person know what they can do, how to maybe communicate differently or advertise differently or network differently. But it's very important that we energize and just give our commitment to each day. And I think reward in that.
Well, I agree. You and I are on the same point. The Lord's in control, but doing our part is key. And something funny, Roger, for your business, what you do. People ask me financial advice. I think I'm a good steward of what I do personally, just the way I invest things or think about money. But I'm a sales and marketing and branding guy. I'm not a financial advisor. If that's what you want to talk about your business, you're the wrong guy. But I will tell you, in this time, I've been watching, and I've been predicting. Well, I don't think any of us would predict we went from the most robust economy with that low unemployment rate in a matter of months. It was unbelievable. I don't think we've even seen something that quick. We go back to 08 or, Black Monday in 87 or whatever. You saw that coming, right? But I looked at the market like, what is going on? Now, my concern, see, when you say your best self, I agree with you. There are people, I'm not wired this way. I'm wired like you are, always giving it everything, creating new ideas, helping people. There are people, though, I've seen that if they think they're on a Christmas vacation, like using your words, those are my words. And unfortunately, when things start settling out or companies go into, later in the year, early next year and say, we hired all these people, but there's a little fat here that I'm not sure, what does this person even do? Those are the people, when you're saying be your best self, that, I've said to and repeated these shows, look yourself in the mirror and see how you can become a better at everything you do. And a lot of people kind of like, oh man, this is great. I get to stay at home, just play with the kids all day. I love my kids to death, but I'm always working at my craft or being a better person, like you were saying. And there is going to become another side of this where companies are going to say, okay, now we're the other side. Let's look at our people and do some evaluation. And that's what I think is going to occur when big, even smaller companies go, yeah, we hired them when things were booming, but I'm not really sure they were doing more than 10 hours of work a week. Right?
On an opportunistic level, though, you've got to think about it. You're going to be able to compete for jobs all over the world. And, many people, if you do sharpen your skills and you do become competent and better at all the things that you do, take this opportunity to take a class. It doesn't have to be, Herculean effort all at once. just a little bit every day. Just make a commitment, one phone call a day to reach out to help somebody, one cause or two causes that you can support and enable in this period of time, because charitable giving has dropped to the lowest point, and it's an opportunity for you to reach out and do something for somebody. I mean, even if it's just like, if you have an opportunity to get some extra masks or something, and somebody doesn't have a mask, give them a mask. Or in your own profession, make yourself available a little bit more. I took a call at 6 o'clock this morning. I saw I had a missed call. I called the client, and he was up, worried about something, working hard, and I was able to help him out. So make sure you plan your liquidity, because being a good steward of what you have is making sure you have the resources to survive, and then at the same time, find a plan to thrive. Find a way that you can get better through this, and that this can make you even a better professional, or a better person. And be there for your family too.
And be there for family. And you got those grandkids. Probably, I was watching with my three daughters. Early on in this thing, we were watching Frozen 2 as a family, and there was a quote. It says, "If you're not sure what to do the next right thing." And no matter what your faith is or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that principle. That's exactly what I know. Just knowing your family and knowing you, and the way I try to operate. I don't get it right all the time, but I do my best to fix it, or move forward. And so, yeah, and I see it as an opportunity. So that's the negative what I was talking about for some people, but it's really a huge opportunity for other people. I see potentially younger generations have had to, have gotten bored being on their phone all the time. And I've seen young kids out in the neighborhood playing when they never used to come outside.
Well, yeah.
You seen that?
And in your career, there is going to be musical chairs. Maybe if this is something where you were kind of bored with your career, maybe you can go to another one. Maybe this gives you the catalyst and an opportunity to change gears. There's a lot of what they call creative destruction that occurs during every economic downturn. And this is people starting that business they always wanted to. This is people going to work with the business they always wanted to. Hey, if your income's going to suffer a blow anyway.
Right.
Really love, because as Henry Ford said, if you love what you do, you don't ever work another day in your life. So I've been doing what I do for 33 years, helping people with their money and investing. I want to do it another 33. I just got blessed from a very early age that I got exactly in at 19 what I wanted to do the rest of my life. I want to work till I'm 95. I love helping my sons learn how to do it. But if you're not in that place at the intersection of your passion and your ability, go to somewhere where you can, and maybe take this opportunity to work for somebody. Hey, if you can't get a job anyway, work for cheap. Work for just peanuts so you can learn something. There are a lot of businesses and business people that are going to be like, wow, when I get out of this, I'm going to sell out, as soon as it gets better. Be the person that they sell to. Be the person that they give that to.
Right. That's, and I've coached a couple young people, halfway through college or just coming out of college. And I said, you've got to make yourself, I said, it really is tough. I mean, if you look at some of these college graduates, like you just said, are coming out, say they have a history major, and they were coming out looking at jobs, and jobs are now on hold and everything changed. But there's an opportunity. I always say there's an opportunity behind every obstacle, and, go in, learn from the business you want to be in. And I'm with you, Roger. I love all the stuff I do. And my kids don't even know what I do. They go, "You like talk for a living?" I said, "Yeah, something like that." But I love, it's all at the core of, encouraging people, loving on people, trying to help others. And I just believe that comes back, in some capacity. I know you do the same thing. It's not like somebody asked me, like, "Well, what are you making for recording these shows?" And I'm like, that part takes care of itself one day. It's about helping other people. I don't worry about that stuff. And, so, all the stuff you guys are doing in the community, or like you said, keeping a normal ritual to your patterns, and not just getting, like I said, around Christmas when all my family's home, I do kind of tend to slow it down for me a little bit. But we can't do that for months on end and be a better you, and or keep your business prospering, and or be looking at future opportunities. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but open your mind up to ideas that people that work with you, work for you, or people in your industry or other industries are doing. Like I said, that creative destruction many times is because somebody, maybe they worked with the Ritz-Carlton and they had a bunch of really great ideas and they would have never left. But then guess what? They come work with you and they give you some great ideas that came from a whole other industry. And, learn from that. Be open-minded, about different ways, like you're doing the podcast, and, we're reaching out to people and using some of our electronic tools more. We're thinking about ways to teach my class at the university, but also maybe send people an invitation where they could, if they don't want to come in, they're not comfortable, how they can follow along with us online, break it into more digestible parts, and, just be thoughtful about just every aspect of what we're doing and seeing if there's ways we can add extra value. And that's really all it's about, is just in any way, can you help and be there for your clients, your customers, and your staff and your family in a way that maybe you weren't before, but this is your trip hammer, your opportunity, your catalyst to really, really make it better for you. So think about that and think about ways that you can, participate and help.
Well, you guys, like I said, Laura and Taylor and everybody I've come in interaction with at your place are fantastic, Roger. And staying in business, just to put it in perspective as we come to a close here, I started doing the beginning of this research, the dissertation. Get this, of 99% of businesses are small business, meaning 500 or less, and generally the number's a lot less than that. Only 50% of them make it 5 years. And of course, this before COVID, so I'm going to use that data when I. But that that says something to me, and I'm interested in learning more about it. But 33 years and going strong, and I can tell you love what you do. It's passionate, man. It's contagious to me, and people are like, "Why do you?" It's not working if you love it.
Absolutely. 15 years, every year for 15 years, we struggled, and it was just one thing that kept us going, but it was a commitment to surviving, and that led us to be the, business of the year for Gwinnett County, or, top 1,200 advisors in the country. Those are the kinds of things that I didn't ever dream of in my first 15 years. It's not an overnight success. It's just doing every day, just put one foot in front of the other, getting better, trying to serve each person as well as you can, and you develop a reputation. And your reputation and your character and your authenticity and your authority comes from the actions that you do during times like these, being there for other people. So as best you can, reach out to one person every day and just say, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Really tell me how you're doing. Are you struggling? Is there anything I can pray with you about? Is there anything I can think about or help you think through? Can I just listen? What's going on? Because I'm telling you, people have their lives disrupted. They're worried about their health. They're worried about their family. Their patterns have been disrupted. They can't travel. They can't do a lot of the outlets that they could to blow off steam. And I'm telling you, depression, drug abuse, there's all kinds, suicides are out there. I'm telling you, you don't know what's going on in somebody's internal struggle. So just reach out, just be an assistance, be a friend. And I'm telling you, Mother Teresa said it best, you cannot be depressed if you're helping somebody that has greater needs than your own. You can't. And you're going to be energized, and you're going to be thriving through this. And you're going to look back on yourself down the road, and you're going to think, with pride, I did what I could. And that's all.
Yeah, and as we come to a close, right? It's crazy the number of people I call back on the phone when they left me a message in today's world, especially, but always they say, "I can't believe you called me back." And I'm going, when did that become custom? I mean, is that the bar now? But the point is, yeah, I've talked to a number of people during this time, and just try to put a smile on their face. How can I help you? Give them a pick me up. Pray with them, listen to them. And I've been saying for 2 months now, 3 months now, history is going to look back on this period of time, and see how we, us leaders, did things and helped other people. And man, I tell you what, you guys are doing amazing stuff, and I'm just so proud to have y'all as friends and colleagues. So
I think doing what you do during this time, I want to thank the people at McDonald's that get my order. I want to thank the people at the grocery store that brave the world, and all the risk for their pay. I want to thank the firemen and the police officers and the nurses, and I want to thank the elected officials. Believe it or not, people just always look down on them, but they're trying to do their best, and let's just do what we can to help everybody, and be nicer, be kinder, and be more thoughtful with your spouse, with your family. Everybody's struggling. Let's just be in this together.
Roger, spot on, exactly. And the next magazine is the thing we do where we're going to interview some frontline healthcare workers, some people from Kroger, but people forget about all those people putting their life on the line and doing this stuff. And so we're going to go firsthand and hear from those people. And I put out a thing yesterday, and I got 1 million responses. I got, well, I don't know how we can tell all those stories, but we'll keep them coming, and people need to hear that. So I appreciate you.
Reverend said, whether you're a street sweeper, do it with the, as so much fervor and so much honor that you're the best street sweeper in the world.
Absolutely.
You'll be honoring God with what you do. So whatever you do, please, just know that we also appreciate and support you, and everyone be extra kind. That's it. That's all.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to close out with Roger, man. I appreciate you carving some time to come on the show. I really do. And thanks for all you guys do.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You very much. All right, folks. This has been another Community Connections with Ryan Sauers. Special guest Roger Green of Green Financial Resources. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again next time, everyone.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you.